Dun, dun, dun. PWRBLD's strongest man. All right, similar to last time, we'll kind of go over rules and techniques and get into like some training parameters. So the biggest thing for this event, one, it's the first event, so there's pre-comp jitters and then, you know, anxieties you get into it and like executing. Really the way that this turns into catastrophe is if you open with a weight, you clean it up and you go to press and you get out in front, can't complete the press, and then you sit there trying to repeat and get that press down. If you miss that rep in 30 seconds, you are done for the event. That's Wessel's rules. So that's how we get people washed out through the 3 attempts. So you want to make sure that you're really good and comfortable through your warm-ups and can stick that first press attempt, get the down command, lower under control, and have that in the books so that we can move you to the second attempt and so on. Because we really don't want people zeroing. We want to get people in the competition with a weight that they're comfortable with, and then, you know, go for something heavier the second attempt, go for a PR in the third. But yeah, just really try to think about like, need to execute that first rep with the judge's command. Go ahead.
What kind of RPE or percentage do you recommend for the first, maybe the second attempt? Just to make sure.
I mean, I would say no more than an 8. Really just crush it, especially if you haven't competed a lot. I mean, other people are a fan of going heavier and then just kind of chipping it up through their 3 attempts. Personally, like I would go like a weight I can double or triple for my opener. Just really like smoke it, hold it strong, get the down command. Don't even have to think about it.
I usually go like 90%, 95%, and then like 100%. Or if training's looking really well, I might take the max log we did in training, go 105, and then base off the attempts off of that. But like Taylor said, have that first, have it kind of cool your jitters. Have it be like, all right, I got it. I can kind of understand what he's looking for, and then go down from there. Don't fail the first.
If you miss any, you're out at that round.
Yeah. So if you make your opener, miss your second, you're done. Or it's, you know, the same thing.
Like, do you like go up and like have to like re-rack and try again? Is that missing it?
No.
No, it's the 30-second time limit. So you can take 5 press attempts if it's within the 30 seconds. As long as you get that last one, hold it, get the down command. It's a good rep and a good attempt.
Yeah, if any reason the clean's weird, like you fumble it, you have to put it down, you have the whole 30 seconds to get it up. So take the attempt again.
If you do something that causes a no lift, for example, you're going to press, you don't quite make it, and it hits the top of your head, do they generally make you reset to your chest or to the ground?
Yeah, if you bring it right down on your head, try to kind of consciously drop or bring it back down to your front rack and repress it. Because that's that rhino press of balancing it on your head and then repressing. We're not going to allow that. It's just a safety issue. No, we would not like to send anybody to the ER, no head injuries. But yeah, my peak week, and like Tank said, if you really want to open heavier, that's fine. I really work on a lot of heavy singles, like 5 to 6 singles, up to something like that. Really pushing like the RP 9 or 10. So then if you're like, I am 100% opening at like 90% of my max, that's fine, and you're good and comfortable with the execution of that. I just find that a lot of people do get kind of all over the place. They try to like do something they've never done before. Even me, like I was at Strongman Corp Nationals and just a very easy log weight in one of the first 2 implements of a series, and I cleaned the log and I was just like, I'll just strict press it or I'll viper press it, and I kind of did like in between push press, strict press, and like got out in front of it and was like had it in front of me, and I had to like pull it all the way back and lock it out over my head, and that was just, I mean, it was literally the determining factor, and then getting to the heavy axle and be able to complete that rep. So even with somebody experienced, it happens. So I just try to kind of run through the scenarios with people and make sure that they have good expectations, and we, you know, have you prepared to, you know, be successful in the competition.
Are vipers allowed?
Mm-hmm. Everyone here has done a log, right? Except me. All right. Taylor, should we just kind of go through the steps again and then just have everybody start working?
Yeah. You want to go over technique?
Sure, let's go. One log, couple lights, tip for strip. Things on the handles are going to be basically parallel to each other. I like to kind of tip the handles a bit like to the pin. One, you kind of bring the center of gravity a little closer to you. Two, and most importantly, when you go into the clean, it's going to be right to the position you want it. If it's parallel or kind of tilted towards you, then when you go clean it, it's going to be too much opportunity. As far as the pick itself, preferably you're going to grab the center of the handle, like you don't want to be moving your hand possible. You can always adjust kind of in this on your hand. We're going to deadlift it up. Don't roll it up if you don't have to. Top of the knees, you're going to sit down nice and low, lower than I am now. You're going to roll it as tight as possible into your tongue. Okay? So I see a lot of people, they're kind of like, one, they don't have it very high. They have it kind of by their hips. That's not going to generate a lot of power. We want to try to make it like a front squat. And then when we go into the clean, we're front squatting up and we're thrusting our hips forward at the same time, letting that log roll right up. Any questions so far?
Do you guys see that like space he's got there and kind of pulls the log into his chest? This is actually something where we differ. I stand very tall with the log and I sit down and kind of get it caught on my chest. And then from there I stand and really extend my hips hard. But for a lot of people, especially like shorter levers, everything is very compact to the point that you sit and you can't really position yourself with the log. So just kind of figuring things out for your body versus like the diameter log for that one and the bigger log and what you're going to be competing with and kind of where the position works to be able to set yourself up.
That's a good point. I kind of just like bring it to my knees. You're having a hard time with the lapping of it. Then let's stand all the way up and then come down. As far as the clean goes, again, you want it tight to your chest. Lots of times you want to chop. If you don't have a grip shirt, grip shirts are allowed, right?
Yep.
Grip shirts are allowed. If you don't have one that's not huge, you need to make sure you're chopping your chest. So if you have like a stringer or very low cut, you need potential for that log to stick when you go into the clean. So chop up the chest, chop your chest. And then once we're in this rack position, it's not like a barbell where I can stand straight up and down. I don't want that weight to kind of sit onto the chest. What I'm going to be focusing on is pulling my chest up as much as possible. This is going to tighten my arms, right? Creating a nice shelf. My arms, I'm going to think about pushing my arms forward and tight. That's how I like it. If we don't want the elbows down, when my elbows are down, I go to push, and push out in front of me. Elbows up nice and high, creating that shelf, pushing up into it. Tight upper back, and then we can go into the push. So just so you can see the clean position. Nice and tight, rowing it. You'll see some people, they're trying to pull up. Don't do that. You're rowing into your body, and then hip thrust and front squat at the same time. Boom. Now you're in that clean position.
You guys see how that's more, it's hips and lats as the power, as the prime movers, and not your arms.
If you're curling up, straight away to your bicep or lift yourself. That's why the rowing aspect is very, very important. If you're noticing it slipping down or something like that, you're trying to resist it with your arms, you're essentially just going to do a max bicep. It's not going to be very agitated. Anything for that clean or the rack position there?
If you want to come out completely covered in chalk, more power to you. For the sake of making a mess, we're not going to come out and chalk up the implements. We're not using a sandbag in this comp. Use whatever you need for stones, tacky, chalk, but please don't come out and be like, I'm going to cover this entire log in chalk, because we got over 35 competitors. People get sweaty. It becomes like a mix of sweat and chalk, and we clean stuff off, but it doesn't clean off as well as you would like. So really practice like getting your shirt like chalked up so that the log adheres to it, and practicing the cleans like that, and just try to avoid like making a mess on competition day.
Basically what we want to do is that this log is on our chest, so we're naturally going to be kind of leaning back. That's fine. The issue with that is that tends to have us kind of dump into our knees and front when we go into the push press. We want to try to avoid that. We want to think hips over your heels as you go down into the dip of the push press. You go down in the dip of the push press with just knees, it's a great way to get parallel tendonitis. Alright? The way we can also avoid that and help load into the hips, bring your feet out on the side, and you're almost kind of like a ballerina. You're just driving the quad out as you sit into the hip. Right? There's also might be like a mobility restriction. If you're not very mobile, it might be tough to get your arms up. It might be tough to get your chest up and sit into the hips. You can do the best you can. If it ends up looking like that, it's okay. It's not like you can't run it. So here we go for the dip and drop. Wait, top of the knees, sit down, go very tight. Clean in. I want to work my toes outside, hopefully this looks good. Push up, again, I'm right in the floor with my legs, sit into the hip. I'm going to drive up the push. For the push, I see a lot of athletes that put their head through two. Okay? I want to keep this position. We don't need to bend ourselves in half. Some people do that, including myself. But we do need to keep the most amount of muscle mass working in our favor throughout the entire session. If I'm pressing like this versus I'm pressing like this, it's going to be a stronger press. You're going to have your chest up. Okay? So I like to look maybe about 45 degrees out in front. The body's going to be there. I'm making contact with it. That's what my head is going to be the whole time. And as I push up, I'm going to keep my chest up until I lock my arms up, and then I'll bring my head through. If you're efficient with the technique, you'll be able to bring your head through as you come to the okay? But what you don't want to do is get up and try to get your head through as quick as possible. Then it's just all triceps.
The head through early action will just completely kill your triceps. So you're trying to get like on to where you can get the triceps kicked in and extend and lock the log out. And if you push through like that, it's actually counterintuitive. You're going to just crush your muscular recruitment. But two of the cues that I think he has that are great, I really never thought about the flexing the lats, kind of like lat spread like a bodybuilder until I like talked more to Tank about it. So supporting the log like that, keeping that in a good position. And then what he'll actually say a lot of times is kind of trying to shut your glutes off. So think about like a strict press. If you contract your glutes and lean back like that, you're not going to be able to efficiently dip and drive. So support from the lats and then kind of turn the glutes off so you can sit back a little bit and dip and then drive them forward and extend.
Yeah. I like to kind of set myself. I'll set my pelvis and conditioning. Squeeze in the glutes once I'm in this spot. But just like a squat, you can't hold the glutes tight as you squat down. It's not going to happen. So from this position, just as a mini squat, and then drive through. On my drive up, in order to make sure that I'm in the strongest position possible, we need the most amount of stability. So my entire backside, from my upper back down to my glutes, is tight once I finish the press on the different drive. But the drive up becomes a different drive.
But you find that setup to be a little different depending on which one you're doing. Like, if you're doing a strict press, pretty much the minute you get it here, correct me if I'm wrong, you could set up and just be ready to go.
That's the difference, yep.
Whereas you're basically saying, if you're push pressing it, you do your push first, then you have to kind of get that on the fly, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So, perfect point. If I'm doing a strict press, I want to turn my body into like a incline bench press. So I'll maybe squat like, not lax, but I'll let my knees squeeze my quads, squeeze my hips forward, squeeze my entire back. Now look, I'm like a standing seat, like an incline bench press. If I'm doing a push press, if I try to do a push press from here, like we said earlier, it's going to be a whole quad. We want that, everything going into that log straight, like all the four sections going straight up. So from From there, that's why we're going to have to stick with the hips and then go.
So with like, we used to have this down. We had strict pressing in Olympic weightlifting, and everybody understood like lay back versus dip and extend. So a strict press is a lay back technique. You're extending your hips actively, laying back to create space for the barbell and pressing overhead. Whereas a push press or then getting any kind of jerk is very active dipping and extending, and even in a lot of cases, triple extending to power that log overhead.
Any questions so far?
I think we should start hitting some singles. If you guys want to jump on logs, we can do
See if we can start building up the second leg.
men on the 12-inch and ladies on the 10-inch.
Yeah. So this guy, the starting weight for the comp is for the men is going to be 135. For the women, it's 70, right?
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Try that. Yeah. And then we can step right up.
No, I believe this is 100. That's
90, 95
Yeah,
probably.
So you can still stand up with it, fall. Then you put it down, have them rest on top of it. That makes sense. Yeah. Put it down. When you pick it up, we don't want to lap it with the inner hip. So basically what I'm doing is I'm letting it slide down.
There you go.
Now squat it out. Head on top of it. Yep, like that. Yeah, see that? Now you squat down lower.
It feels like for better like knee flexion or like squat. Yeah, better quad action. Also, don't row. Stand up. Once put it on your quad. Sit down. If you got do it like this, do it like keep your arms long. Stand up with it. It's like a trap ability. You need to stand up.
You're good. I'm way too large for this. There, stand up.
Just like that.
Yep, pull the log in, spin. There you go.
That's it. Nice.
The advantage when you kind of like tilt the handles away even more, think about like kind of clean a barbell when you want those elbows high. It's the same thing. So then when you extend the hips and pull with your lats, you're going to spin it. So it's going to be more back than like straight. And from here, you can kind of sit a little bit more extended and support it. And you see how he's got extension there. And so then he can dip and keep it kind of straight up and drive into the log versus you're kind of here. So you're moving your torso and your trunk under the log to support it because you don't have the upper body in place. And then you kind of have to more strict press with a little bit of a dip.
Yeah, if you like go against the rack or something. Or like when you warm up, take a free ball. Yeah. Back there. You can't really do that for me.
Alright, so let's do that 2 more times. Do you have a belt? More
There you go. There you go. Just try to drive your head through under the log at the top. Do another one, and as you press, push your head through under the log, and that'll help you fully lock it out. There you go. Good rep. Nice. Very solid.
Two, five, take your time, set, take your break.
At least one time.
Let's try doing that.
Oh, wait.
Can I give you a little tip?
Yeah.
Don't put your head through so quickly. Okay?
Okay.
Try before you even go, if I'm like looking down that direction, and you hold that position as you press.
Okay.
If
So
you
I'm here
feel
longer.
yeah, if you
Okay.
feel like oh I'm losing it backwards, let it go for a while.
Okay.
So push press, just keep back a little longer, squeeze your chest up. Put your right hand, ready? Yeah, it's always effective. Somebody on the stage.
Look at that.
I mean, not really, but it's good.
Good. Not really.
I don't know, because I feel like I need all the help I can get now.
Go for it.
You know your weight is? What do you, I guess you don't know really what you're going to go for.
I don't know, because I've never done these.
You don't even know where your max is.
Yeah.
I'll give you a down command. Go ahead. There you go. Good position.
Nice.
Down. Nice. Yeah, I think you definitely got more, like, if you trained this a lot the next few weeks, like, you could definitely open 175, 185, and then just jump. We're doing 10-pound jumps, so just jump from there. There you go.
Live boy stance.
Do you give me a full press?
Oh boy. There you go.
Be a little more, even if you put it down, you don't have to see grip. Put it down. We're taking this big awkward object and we're putting it over our head. It's not all the time going to be super clean and smooth. Like, part of the competition, part of what we're trying to do here is that we have to a little bit of risk with. If you take a look at any Olympic weightlifter, when they miss their lifts, you know, they're going to miss it try your best. If you feel like you're falling backwards, let it go forward. Like drop it forward. Don't try to, especially in training, we don't necessarily need to try to save it for like this. But once you're competing and anything like that, there's going to be plenty of room. Make sure that you save yourself if things go a little. It happens to everybody. It will happen again. But if you're not in a very stable position, drop it forward a little bit. Easy, simple, happens.
Yep. Don't drop a log on your foot like me.
Yes. Let's not lift the cross. That's not right. Go barefoot.
They're very stylish, but
They are.
we'll go without.
High elbows. Higher, 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 higher.
Big dip. There you go. Head through.
Now just look forward.
Do you know what that one weighs?
70. I'll make sure we weigh the ones at Warrington. I mean, I have weighed the bigger log. It's 135, but I'll weigh the smaller one. Like a connection with the judge and like showing them that you have confidence in the weight. So if you're here and like looking at them but not completely head forward, they're gonna be like, he's got control of that weight, and they'll give you the down command. Versus like you might be head forward but you're stumbling back or all around the place. They're not going to give you that rep even though it's fully locked out. So it's just about showing control and being confident with the weight. Come on, Keith. Easy, clean. There you go. Solid. Work. There you go. Good reset. Settle. Yeah, you definitely got that. You just need to make the clean a little bit more efficient. Set it up right the first time, get it in place. Use a little bit more power and get that front rack right, and then you'll be able to dip and drive a little bit more effectively.
I think, honestly, before today and before he said put it on your knees, I never really thought about that. And I think I was like tucking it all the way down the bottom so that it was like starting too low.
It forces you to get low.
Yeah, because like kind of like put it out here, or close it down here. We'll actually put it higher on your chest. I never really thought about that until he just said it.
And you can even do, now it's just become like the Lucas Hatton stretch. Like stand up with the log and sit down and just rest it on your knees and like put your hands over top of it and just sit here. Because that was my thing. Like once I was just like, just take a little bit more time, sit low and just keep sitting. And you find that spot that's just a little bit lower than you might sit like on 90% of your other reps. And then you sit and you're like, well, that like feels way different, and it makes it way easier to get the log in position. There you go. What? 200 pounds.
Are you pointing at the men's one saying?
Yeah.
Why not? It's so much bigger.
You gotta think too, if you've never maxed your overhead, like we're taking 10-pound jumps, you can always just jump it up 10 pounds and fine. Like that's the thing. This isn't I mean, if you can't press 70, you're limited, but otherwise you're not limited. Just start with what you're comfortable with and just bump it up.
So the first, you have to do the first two, or is it just the very first?
You just have to get one, yeah.
I want to at least get two.
And then if you want the third attempt, you just need to get the second attempt.
Okay. And I was like, try one, and then are we going to do this one again or just go up?
There you go. Solid. Work.
You don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to put it on my.
Once you get it up, do you drop from the top or do you want to like guide it down?
Just guide it down. Don't drop from the top. You need to like let it go down here, not up here.
Yes.
Come on, easy money.
Yeah.
That tends to throw people off. It's just like the.
Just doing it too fast.
Yeah, there's no need to do it too fast. It's already up in space. You already have it. Now we just have to look through it.
Hell yeah, roller.
Let's have a good code. I
definitely had it too.
It's there.
You have to like, say that was a comp, and you know she didn't get it, and she still had 20 seconds left.
Oh yeah, I would definitely go for it again.
Yeah.
Tilt the handles away from you slightly. Yep.
There you go.
Grab in the middle. There we go.
On a beach.
Just up. Elbows up high. There we go. Oh, nice.
It'll work. Yeah, you just got to get under it initially.
Dude, it's tricky, yeah. Hey. Five. Perfect. What's that?
Big press.
Okay, we said to try and raise those. Or
It'll work.
Like you're doing too much.
What do we got here?
215, I think.
Well,
It's 100 plus, what's the wall, 95 or something? Round down.
All right, buddy, let's go. Come on.
Come on, babe.
There you go. Come on.
Mike, when you
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, but that's like one of those injured belts and then have the whole,
and also, you know, it has that soft up on it. You don't want that too, because that was that.
soft out is king.
yeah, I recognize I need to like gear up for this.
Especially if you got a little, well, you
I don't know if you're experienced that with a hard belt. Sometimes when I do a clean walk with a slide, like it's just like, yeah, I think the lever belt is just like,
You want to try this?
it's better for like squatting than it is like anything where I have to like have something on my back.
Yeah.
And something where I have to like hold it.
you got a soft belt, Mike? Oh, you already have it.
I have
You have the same one that we do.
I mean I have this one too. It's probably better for
You want to try this?
So if you're overthinking the whole like stand and put it on your knees, But this is the way I do it.
Yeah. Well done.
So stand tall to my hips and then sit low and put it onto my knees.
Right.
So it's something that can make a difference for you, because I do see like, you want to set it up well, but I do see a lot of people kind of like overthinking that portion, and like they stand with it and then they're like, where am I putting it? Where am I putting it?
Right.
It can cause you to get stuck, but for a lot of people it does work to just stand tall and then sit low with it.
I need to get better at my breath. My brace.
Patient.
Big power. Oh.
Nice, down.
Very nice.
I
Yeah.
haven't been doing this guy. I was missing.
We had like 7 sign-ups last week.
Yeah, for sure. Come on, get it! Yeah! Yeah! Dude, all the power was there. That's for sure.
Come on.
Come on, Sarah.
Go, Sarah.
Yep. Speed. Come on. Yep. Yep.
Nice.
Next book. Yeah!
150 all day.
All right, let's set up. Here we go.